everyone. Welcome to East Coast Journalist. Today we're going to be talking about attorney John F. O'Brien and John F. O'Brien's role. John F. O'Brien lost in the grievance committee, and we're going to be showing those documents forthwith. And also, we're going to have Jennifer O'Brien's, we're going to have her admission to guilt on stealing from her deceased mother and doing tax evasion. Again, I would be remiss to do any business with the O'Brien law firm. Hi, Amy. How you doing today? Amy?
I'm doing great.
So what do you have to say about the O'Brien law firm?
It's disgraceful.
It is. It's disgraceful. You know, we got to make America great again. We are going to also play a clip that President or Commander in Chief Donald Trump said that if there's any whistleblowing that needs to be heard, to contact his office. So we urge all of our listeners to send this podcast directly to the White House directly. What Imagineers and attorney Matthew Anderson is doing is completely disgusting. They are disgusting people. They are stealing from our pockets as American citizens, and we cannot stand for this any longer. We want life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We don't need corporations stealing from us. Now, Elon Musk also said in Doge that he wants to have a $2 trillion cut for the taxpayers. This alone, if we did a whistleblowing contract against all the corporations across our great nation, and not to mention all of the landlords, this could be well over $1 trillion. So, on East Coast Journalists, we are actually asking our listeners to send these broadcasts of East Coast Journalists to the White House with a description. The only way we're going to be able to take back our country is if we work for it. And Donald Trump is the man of this. Donald Trump will definitely, without question, take this very seriously, this whistleblowing case against the corporations. And I would also like to say that Dina Jeffrey is continuing to forge signatures at 117 Wells Road in Wethersfield, Connecticut. Amy, I would also like to mention that at 117 Wells Road in Wethersfield, Connecticut, the citizens there or the people that they serve in HUD basis, they don't even have a voice. They can't call the outside authorities without getting scrutinized. What do you think, Amy?
I think that's terrible. We definitely have to do something about this and fast.
Absolutely. So we want this message to go out to the White House. We definitely want Doge to come to Connecticut. We want Doge to put the Imagineers in a Pandora box, and we want them to be the poster boy for America. Because if Imagineers is stealing from the HUD system, then everyone else is, all the other corporations. And Imagineers likes to bribe the HUD officials. It's been proven time after time. And American citizens, as we the people, are sick of this. We don't want Imagineers to steal any more money along with the other corporations. Amy?
I agree completely. Absolutely.
Yes. And so, anyways, we hope you enjoy the show. Please stay tuned to the documents. I want to keep this as short as possible. But the message is to reach out to the White House, send them these videos, and put these corporations under where they belong. They have no right stealing money out of HUD, and HUD should be ashamed of themselves, Amy, for allowing this to happen. It's they both have a great relationship, HUD and the government. This is very sickening. This is affecting millions of Americans across this great nation. And what Imagineers is doing, I'm going to state this for the record, is they're taking in receipts with great forgery artists, Dina Jeffrey / Gina Cerruti, and they're submitting them to HUD, getting their rents down to zero, charging the fair market rent, which is what they're allowed to do, and then stealing the subsidy from the recipient and then pocketing that money that they steal from their clients. Completely unacceptable. And Imagineers and other corporations or such are going around eating lobster dinners and martinis. Matt Anderson, we already gave you attorney Matthew Anderson. You should be ashamed of yourself. And also the five investors from Imagineers and your father, Arthur Anderson, you should also be ashamed of yourself. Any last thoughts, Amy?
I just wish this gets better for all the American people. There's so many people that are unemployed. There's so many people that are homeless right now. And there's so many rents that are so expensive. And I know that HUD is not doing a good job. So hopefully this gets better.
Absolutely. HUD needs to do a better job for the American people. They need to do better. Again, your support on contacting the White House is what East Coast journalists, for our viewers, is what we want you to do. These documents are crucial to our podcast because you could say what you want, but the bottom line is if you don't have the evidence to back it, it's worth nothing. And we have the evidence and we have a lot more documents to go. It also will show on the documents today a clip from President Trump. And he actually states that if the taxpayers want to go to Doge and whistleblow, then they could feel free to do so. So everyone can get a rebate back from the savings of Elon Musk and his $2 trillion. This actually adds up across the nation to over $1 trillion of money that's been stolen in the past 50 plus years from various corporations across the United States of America. And Imagineers is one of them. And I would never have known this if I never lived in Imagineers with my beautiful fiance, Karen Muir. I miss her. And let me be remiss to say that Imagineer stressed her out and it was a wrongful death. This is closure. I want closure for me and Karen. And the only way to do that is to have our audience members voice their First Amendment facts to the White House. Amy, I'm going to let you sum it up and we're going to show the audience the documents.
Yes, definitely share this podcast and definitely do what you have to, share the message that this is wrong and we definitely have to do what we have to make things right.
Absolutely. And as always, God bless the United States of America and our planet. In Jesus' name, amen. And as I always state, exercise your civil rights, your First Amendment, all the way to the 10th Amendment. That would be the civil rights. Exercise them because if you don't, we're going to lose them. Our founding fathers gave us the civil rights for a reason to speak out on scrutiny just like this with Imagineers. Wake up, America. They're stealing from us blind, and we need to get President Donald J. Trump III involved. We need to get Vice President J.D. Vance. God bless those two because they are turning our nation around. And, if it wasn't for President Trump, I don't know where this nation would be today. So thank you, Mr. President, for all you do. Thank you, Mr. Elon Musk, for running Doge. And on that note, thank you for listening to our podcast. Stay tuned for all of the documents, and it's going to be extremely embarrassing to the Connecticut Grievance Committee. Shame on each and every one of you. You, as attorneys, have the license to steal. The only profession I know that has a license to steal is attorneys. Matthew Anderson, Attorney O'Brien, Attorney Elliot Lane, and shame on you, Attorney Christian Watson. I hope to God that that you are not friends with the legendary Sherlock Holmes, Dr. John Watson, because you are one of the most stupid people I have ever came in contact with. Shame on you at New Britain Superior Court for abusing your power. take these documents that you were received and arrest our perpetrator who forged our signatures live ink from the town of Weathersfield. And the message goes out to Chief Raphael Medina III. Shame on you for not allowing your officers to go and investigate Dina Jeffrey. Give them a call and tell them Dan DeBella said to wake up and smell the coffee. Amy, you got the last word, and we're done for this podcast.
Thank you very much for listening, and God bless America for still having the amendment to have free speech. And East Coast Journalist does thank you for listening, and please exercise your right to have the last word.
Amen to that. Thank you, Amy. Okay. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you on the next podcast with more documents. Have a great night. Thank you for watching East Coast Journalist. Bye.
Sir, Elon Musk is proposing potentially giving money to Americans based on what Doge is finding. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I love it. A 20% dividend, so to speak, for the money that we're saving by going after the waste and fraud and abuse and all of the other things that are happening. I think it's a great idea.
How much money do you think
Could be a lot. I mean, if it's 20%, we'd give back a lot of money to the taxpayer. And also, it'd give an incentive for the taxpayer to go out and report things to us